So today we will learn about the force navigation by the itself triggers only. So for force navigation, actually let me tell you what force navigation actually is. So if you do not want user to go to next slide without viewing the pop-ups, what you have currently in your slide, you made the user to click on the all pop-ups to advance to next slide. So that is basically force navigation. So let me create 4 buttons here that will act as a pop-up. So let's say this is our first button, and I'm just copy pasting this to, let's make it 3 buttons in format. Let's make them a little look eye catchy. Yep. So these should act as a button, or you can just simply click on the insert here and use the buttons here in the controls buttons, but we will make our own for now. Click on the new layer here. Now in this new layer you will have to create a full box or any kind of pop-up, whatever you need. I am just making a blue pop-up, then I will make it to a light gray, centralized all across, and then insert a button here. Let's say a close button. So close button will act like this. On this close button, I just zoom in to 100%. So in this close button you have to add a trigger. Select the close button first, then trigger, hide layer, this layer when user clicks on multiply one. Okay, what this multiply one is actually the name. You can change the multiply one here. Just double click, then close. I have caps lock open, sorry. So hide layer, this will actually hide the untitled layer 1, and you can name it here layer 1, then just duplicate layer 2 and duplicate to layer 3 because we have 3 buttons on the root, remember. Then here let's change the colors. First one is blue, second is red, and third is violet. So in layer 1, first is blue, second is red, third one is violet. Now what you have to do is first click on the 100% so it will fit in the view. Now this will open the layer 1 because we have blue in layer 1, remember. So click on this button first. This is rectangle 1, rectangle 2, and rectangle 3. So in rectangle 1 you need to add a trigger, show layer 1 when user clicks on rectangle 1. Same for these, show layer 2, show layer 3. Now if you hit the preview, user can select or jump to next slide without clicking on these buttons, but you want to show these buttons or you make people to look at these buttons. I mean, whatever the content, there should be content. You can add as per your convenience. So now collapse this. Now here jump to next slide when user clicks the next button. Okay, instead of this we will create a new trigger here. Change state of next button to disable when timeline starts of this slide. This is 1.1 untitled slide. Okay, now what we need to do is select the layer 1. Actually you need to recognize the name of these buttons, rectangle 1, rectangle 2, and rectangle 3. Now we will have to be the states in here. There should be states. In order to, I've just selected the visited. You can select it from the here, new state, and then from this drop down visited, add. Done. Then I will just use the format painter here. Actually it will change the color too, so use the same method what we use for the blue one, visited, and then again a visited color for the violet one. Done. Editing states. So now as we know, these are the name rectangle 1, 2, and 3. You can change the name like click 1, click 2, and click 3, whatever you need. Now come to layer 1, the pop-up here. create a new trigger, change state of next button to normal when timeline starts of layer 1, but there should be conditions too. So click on show conditions, add a new condition, shapes, shape of the rectangle 1 is equal to visited, plus again one more condition, rectangle 2 is equal to visited, and rectangle 3 is equal to visited. Now okay, copy this trigger. This should be the layer trigger. You don't have to select any object or something in this layer. This should be the layer trigger, otherwise it will not work. So copy the selected trigger on layer 2, paste, on layer 3, paste. As you can see that I am not selecting any object, so it is automatically pasting this to the layer trigger. Now let me tell you what this trigger is doing. This is the same trigger on these three sub slides. So what this is doing is, actually this is checking the next button state, and it will set the next button stage to normal when timeline starts. But if these conditions are true, like rectangle 1 should be visited, 2 should be visited, and 3 should be visited. Why this should be visited? Because we are checking these from here, like user has selected this one, viewed this one, so this will create a here, this will go to here and check rectangle 1, 2 and 3 is visited, but rectangle 2 and 3 is not visited yet because user clicked on the first one only. So it will go on the second one. When user click on this, then again this will check here, and same goes on for 3. So thank you. Please hit like and subscribe.